stop recording. There we go. We're going live on all the things, it looks like. Fantastic. I'm going to close this so it's not going to start echoing. And let me pause, restart this so it's not like, are you still playing? Are you still here? Yes, I'm here. I'm always here. Not really. Alright. So we're waiting for this. It looks like it says we're live, so we'll go ahead. Welcome, rewinders and board game pixel art lovers. If you're a fan of board games that haven't been released yet, or you're someone who enjoys movies from the 80s and 90s, or you're just looking to make new friends in an online community, or forge deeper friendships with the friends you already have there, then this is the stream for you. My name is Francisco, and this morning we're going to be working on the board game I'm designing called Junkyard Juggernauts. I'm currently revamping the art style of the... well, there's several things we're going to do this morning. We're going to try to finish up this Malcolm card that you see sort of behind this checklist. We're going to make the Saffron card, which is this gal. We're going to redo her card. So this is what the cards used to look like. And now they're looking more like what you see on screen. Not that. Just, oh my goodness. I am having issues. I'm just trying to move you, yo. There we go. So going from this setup to the setup you see over there. So that's what we're working on this morning. So redoing this one. We're going to finish that, and so we're going to do the pixel art, but then we're going to move it over to Affinity Publisher, which is what you're seeing right now, where we're putting all the text and stuff in. Then we're going to make some new map magnets for the updated map art. We're going to adjust the map to hopefully have all this text that's down here below these cards, the previous Mageineer cards, trying to get those over onto the map. Excuse me. See if there's room for that. Then we're going to output the map pieces, output the Mageineer cards, and get those all up into Tabletopia. So that's the goal for this morning. I realized I did want to share the link for this out on one Discord that is recent to I recently went to a game convention, and last Sunday, that went really well. But I thought, so I wanted to share the link to the stream on that Discord. Pause. I don't need to hear me twice. In case anyone that playtested there would want to see or be present in this stream. So let me go do that. What is this real quick? Other Discord messages. What? Okay. So I'm gonna go here. General tabletop games, online board games. Game develop. Yeah, I'll put it there. Okay. Currently streaming the as I work on revamping cards and other assets for Junkyard Juggernauts. It's important to say these things so people know. Juggernauts. Or probably give YouTube one because some people just aren't savvy to Twitch, and that's totally a-okay. It's also Z-OK if you go from the opposite side of the alphabet. Yeah, that works. That's how we do sometimes. Alright, here's that. Copy it there. Okay. Okay. Alright. Put that there so people can see that. Oh my gosh, do we need two links? Let's do. I know. Yeah, let's do this. Edit this so that this one is just a link. I know you're not seeing any of what I'm posting right now, but okay, there we go. That works. All right, and now let's post on Retro Rewind because we rarely do that. Now watching, now playing, now reading. Where should I put this? I mean, I don't really have an announcements channel anymore. I guess I could just put it in the announcements channel, but let's do what's happening. I think that makes the most sense. Okay. Back to streaming this morning. Some working on art. Junkyard Juggernauts. Alright. Now we posted everywhere. Now we work. That's right. We're going to work on this. I know. You're surprised. Everyone's surprised. Okay. So now with these cards, we have this element of... I kind of have a demo here. So this is the Riviera card that I've been working on. That's upside down. Riviera card. So I know it's backwards, but this is sort of what you're going to be seeing over here. But what I decided to do with, and this is based on some feedback I got from the Newburgh GameCon that I went to, is, and other people have said this, but it'd be nice if there was a sort of a beginner version of these cards. So what we're doing is we have I'm going to do a novice version that doesn't have nearly as much. You just have again, backwards, basic attack. You have your team up special, so the thing you do when you team up with allies of certain elements, and then you have your reactions. So there's actions and reactions. Reactions happen when you get hurt or there's a negative effect applied to you. Action is something you do on your turn as the attacker. And then these are just the basic ones. There's some other ones, but the basic ones are on here. And then you have your attack strength you can write in there. Your HP is now in the middle, and your speed is over here. And then we have some sort of fun stats. And if you guys have any thoughts for what I should put down here, you have your the affinity, which is water for Riviera. Age, she is, what do I put here? 19? Yeah, 19. Her and Malcolm are actually twins, so they're going to both be 19. And then something that's, I thought it'd be fun if, so there isn't like a tavern per se in Junkyard Juggernauts, but there's Ashley's Haberdashery. That's sort of where all the not gossip, but I don't know, where all the people sort of travelers meet and share news and news of the world. And so I put like a little overheard at Ashley's Haberdashery about what people are saying about each of these. Do you call them monarchs to be when you're king or queen, presumptive? I don't know what the term for it is. Being in the States, don't live in a monarchy, so I'm sure someone from Great Britain would have a better insight as to what that is. But regardless, okay. So this is the advanced version, and I think I have everything set for this one. We have actions with the sword and shield on reactions. We have the little icons up there. We have basic attack, team up specials, cliffs of vitality. We've got our sanguine sprout, which is the ability you can get if you've built your juggernaut to have a earth arm, a water arm, and one of the other legs. I say limb instead of leg here because if you end up being the warlord's acolyte with a bigger, the war machine at the end, you could probably get both of these, both the extra action and extra reaction. I don't know of a way I don't think there's a way for, at least in this current iteration of Junkyard Juggernauts, for a Mageineer to get both these. It's sort of like you have to decide, okay, do you want to specialize into having an extra reaction or an extra action? And I'm doing it this way because based on the several play tests we've done throughout these last Saturdays, I'm noticing a rhythm of most people will just do the attack. That's most of what people do, the basic attack. They will sometimes do the team up special, but the other special I had for all the characters, it was rarely used for whatever reason. I mean, Malcolm's was kind of used sometimes, but I know Riviera's was rarely used, Saffron's was rarely used. So Malcolm's wasn't, the Poison Briar. So, and I had these ones where Saffron and Malcolm had this like 3-action thing, but that was taking time to explain, and no one ever really used it anyway. It is only actually fairly used. Those were only really useful in the final confrontation with the Warlord. And if you're not sure what game I'm talking about, if you're just joining, that's because this is a game I'm designing called Junkyard Juggernauts. And so a lot of this is going to be just gobbledygook stuff to you if you're not familiar or haven't done a playtest. But regardless, let's continue on here. Okay, so, and we have the Seneschal Blessing. That's something else that someone at the GameCon last Sunday said. His name was Lucas. He is awesome help. And so I'll say well, I don't know if they want me saying their names. I'm not sure. So maybe I won't say their names. If you end up watching and you're at the Newburgh GameCon last Sunday and you don't mind me sharing your name, then let me know. Hey, Age. Things are pretty good. We've been without internet for about 2 weeks. So similar to what happened to Kenneth then. Someone cut his line. People suspect that we got a new fence put in. Our landlord was getting a fence put in on our property, the property we rent, and everyone suspects that they accidentally cut the fiber line. And we've just had a really bad customer experience with trying to get that fixed. So we're going to be switching to Xfinity, which is what I'm on now. And so far, so good. Things seems to be stable. I mean, you tell me, AJ, am I coming in all choppy or anything? So that's been a struggle to not have internet. There's been some good parts of that. I've noticed how much YouTube I was watching, and now I'm like, oh, it's like I don't want to go back and start consuming that. And especially now is like a good time when I'm used to not doing YouTube, where I could be watching more Rumble if I'm going to be watching video content, if stuff is there. But how have you been, Age? Sounds like something that should have went through DigSafe or whatever it's called. Maybe. It's a fairly big fencing company called Mr. Fence. So you'd think they'd be able to suss those things out. But from me and my wife Ashley's memory, the fencers were here like in spurts. They weren't always here like throughout the whole time fencing. But it seems like the internet went down when they weren't here, as best as we can remember. So we're not so convinced it was the fencers that like cut the line accidentally, but from what everyone's been able to tell, I'm gonna call today and cancel Ziply, but if they want to still come out and fix the line for whoever is rents here next, then sure, whatever. But we're ultimately gonna cancel, mainly not because of the wait, though 2 weeks without internet is very challenging, but just they seem to there was one tech that came out, and he was the last one that seemed to actually care and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys, they're going to take this long to come out and fix it, because they have to work with a third party to actually do the digging and fix the line. So it's just like a whole to do. But yeah, right now your connection seems solid. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Age. Okay, so like I was saying, one of the guys that when I took this to the game convention last Sunday, said, you know what, when the city, the capital is opened up, there isn't much to do about it. It's just like, okay, it's open now. There's another route through the map. It seemed like there should be something a little bit more. So, so what I'm gonna try is this thing called the Seneschal Blessing, where, hey, Dale, it's about time, right? Tell me about it. So this thing right down here, essentially each Mageineer has their own, but once the capital is opened up, you can, if you travel there, if you go there and do either a short rest, a long rest, or a trade, you'll get a added bonus. So for Malcolm here, oh, this is wrong. Oh, okay, so I do need to fix this. So I need to finish this one. But how are you doing, Dale? Hopefully well. So this guy, for Malcolm, it's going to be, let's see. It's not trade. What's the language I use on these for Ashley's haberdashery? Okay, pay a limb. So we'll say, and I had to keep these kind of short because I only have a little bit of space in this. Pay card. Pay a card. Do I say pay a limb card? Pay a limb card. Okay. Pay limb card. I think we're going to just assume you're doing it at the capital. Pay a limb card. I mean, if I have room after, then I'll do it. But how's Francisco? Doing pretty good. Glad to have internet again. We're going through Xfinity now, and unless this stream decides to crap out and we get bad connections all over the place or something like that, we're probably just going to cancel our Ziply Fiber and go with Xfinity. Ashley said she always had good experience with them. They just got too expensive, and that's why when she's in Colorado, they canceled. So that's why we're going with them. We were hoping to just get set up right away with it, but the line was disconnected outside, so we did have to call and pay for a technician to come out and fix that. So that was a little annoying, but they still were able to do it really quickly. So what was I saying? So glad that that's working, and glad to be able to work on this and hang out with you guys, because yeah, I've missed you all. I've missed talking to Paul and the podcast. It's been nice having some sort of almost like a Sabbath from internet. We've been watching Boy Meets World on DVD. I've been able to work. I work from home, but I've been able to work just using my phone's mobile hotspot, which hasn't been great, but we've been able to limp along, so that's been nice. So far, so blessed over here. Oh, good, Dale. Awesome. How's are you? I know Dallas and Celeste have bad allergies around this time of year. I'm starting to get allergies. Do you get much allergies? Or are you blessed to not have that? H says, wish I had a choice of ISP. That'd be nice. Yeah, we only have the two are our options. That sucks that you don't have a choice, Age. Yeah, if we didn't have a choice, man, that would be really, that'd bite a lot. Oh, I'm just hearing something that sounds like movement, like one of my kids or something, but I think it's just the music going. Which, tell me, I think it seems loud. But yeah, I'm going to turn it down some, because it seems like not that much. It just seems like it's loud. And I listened to one of my past streams, and I was like, wow, I mean, you can hear me fine, but I didn't realize the music was coming through that loud, because for me, it's not coming through very loud at all. So it's just interesting, I guess. Okay, so pay a limb card. And this is going to be like this blesses everyone. So pay a limb card, and let's see. Everyone gets and allies. I have to do this silly. I guess I'll do ally, and then IS, because sometimes you only have one ally. You know what? I can just say allies. It's fine. People will know if you have one ally. It's okay. I think people would just assume like, oh, if I have only one ally, oh, this still applies. Dale says Xfame sent us our new Wi-Fi box. It took a while for us to get activated, but it got done. Praise the Lord. Awesome, Dale. Yes. Aren't you on them already? Oh. Do you take a shot? Oh, good job. Yeah. Thank you. My son's just asking if he can be on the Switch. Okay. But we have some stuff they need to do before they get on screens in the morning, and he did it also. Okay. So pay a limb card and allies gain that. This is gonna be on 3 lines. Gain. I guess I could say gain power to HP. I'm trying to think of what's gonna be a cool thing. So when you pay a limb card, you will normally get the number. So let's say you paid this 6 card at either Ashley's Haberdashery, I know it's backwards, or at Seneschal when it's open. You pay that, and then you get the amount in life and in attack strength. But for this blessing, I'm thinking you'll get those, but then everyone else just gets it in life. But I'm trying to figure out if pay a limb card, comma, pay a limb card. Okay, can't you be on that line? Okay, pay a limb card, comma, allies gain power as HP. Gain power in how do I write it on this? So for Ashley's Haberdashery, say pay a limb card to receive card's power as plus HP and plus attack strength. Yeah, so pay a limb card. I guess maybe I could say allies receive power as plus HP. Yeah, allies gain power as, yeah, I'll just say that, plus HP. Pay a limb card and then ally. Let's see, do I want to put this on the next line? Yes. No. Okay, let's see if we can squish the text together here, and maybe we'll be able to get it all on one line. Because HP isn't very long. Yeah, there we go. As plus HP. Allies. I don't like that it's hitting the green so much. So maybe we will put this back on this line. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, Seneschal. Pay a limb card. Allies gain power as HP. So you could pay like a 10, and all your allies get plus 10. Like you'll get plus 10 to attack strength and HP, and all your allies will get plus 10 to HP. So that could be pretty good, I think. But it's gonna be situational. Sometimes it's not gonna be great. Maybe that needs to be better. Jail says, I only know that Dallas has ordained earlier. Yeah, I saw pictures of that. Other than that, I hadn't heard anything much from them. Oh no, I know. I'm just curious if you get allergies this time of year, similar to them, Dale, or if you don't have allergies. Which hopefully you don't. I don't wish those on anyone. Pay a limb. Talk about inflation. I didn't realize it was expensive to play that game. Not one of your actual limbs, Dale. So when you put, and that's probably a good sort of a stopover for anyone that might be watching. That's like, what is this game? So, and it's pay a limb card. So these are your limb cards. They look like this. They have a power on the top and bottom. This is the arm. This is how you see, or actually, let me do it through there. So that'd be an arm, and then this would be a leg. They sort of, maybe it makes more sense if I do it with this. Okay. So here's your little torsos, and then this would be, if I can match it up right, that'd be where you use it for a leg, or you could use it here for an arm. So it's up to you which one you're going to use it for. So, but these are the limb cards. And so I'd say you pay a limb card in hand. It's not sacrifice a limb, it's pay a limb card. So if you were to sacrifice a limb, that would mean you're taking it from your body. But if you're paying a limb card, then you're just doing it from your hand. And that's the best way I can think of to say, to call. If anyone has a better name for these cards, because they're multi-use, they're potions, they're amplify effects, they're arms, and their legs. So I don't have a great term for these other than limb cards, but that's sort of a catch-all. If anyone watching that's like either played the game or is just awesome with words has a better name for these multi-use cards that isn't multi-use cards, because that's way too long, then please give me your wisdom. But anyway, you pay one of those cards that's in your hand, essentially. And I can't say just pay a card in hand, because sometimes you'll have a card like, so I'm trying to find one that's going to show up on screen, like this one, which is a card you receive from a quest, which has an amplify effect, or you can use it as potions, but there's no number on it. So if you pay it, you can't pay this one for anything. So that's why I have to specify. I can't just say card in hand. I have to say a limb card. Ideally, I say in hand. Pay a limb card in hand. Let's try that. Because if you're coming here, you're not going to be raising everyone. Yeah. So if you're going to sign a shelf for the blessing, then I don't think I need to specify allies, because you're not in combat with anyone and you haven't found the warlord yet. So I think, okay, so here's what we'll do. Pay a limb card in hand. We'll say that. In hand. Ugh, that's going further than I want. And we'll say all gain power as HP, as plus HP. I guess that works. Pay a limb card in hand. And I usually don't capitalize limb, even though they're capitalized just above it, but I usually don't capitalize it in a sentence. I do capitalize arm and leg, but not limb. Okay, so pay limb card. I'll just say pay limb card in hand. I don't need to say a limb card. Pay limb card in hand. All gain power as plus HP. Okay. Or I could say all gain a power as plus attack strength. I don't know what. I think he's more like a healer type of the group, so I'm thinking more HP is better. Is what we'll go with for Malcolm with that. But okay, so that's a blessing. So now his advanced version is done. So we'll save that. Now we're gonna get everything converted over to the novice version. Right now, he's it still has some of the things from. So I'm just duplicating these cards and like adjusting instead of remaking them each time. So let me do this. Color's the wrong color. Gotta make it the green, which you may not even be able to tell on screen, but this was a dark purple instead of a dark green. Junkyard is not the team up special for him. It is Cliffs of Vitality. So I was trying to think of something that would. I'm trying to have these names be associated with what the actual power is. So before, this was just called Hunker Down, but there was nothing in Hunker Down to evoke that your team members got to enable their limbs. Like, what about you hunkering down helps other people get their limbs? So what I decided to do was I called it Cliffs of Vitality. And so in my mind, what's happening is your Malcolm's generating this like cliff that just almost this mesa or something that comes out of the ground, or it drops down your defender down. So you're up on a cliff. And your allies are there too, and it gives you, it's temporary though, it gives you a moment to, so now since you're up there, any damage done to you is reduced to just 1, as long as you hold the cliff. And then your allies, if for whatever reason touching the cliff, the energy of that enables all their limbs. And I'm not sure if, like, in my mind's eye, if your allies are like up on the cliff with you. I think they're not. Otherwise, why don't they get the benefit of getting all damage reduced to 1? And I mean, that'd be great, but if you're the warlord player facing that, or you're the warlord, you're gonna be able to survive anything for a long time, versus if you're the warlord and you have a whole team of people that you have to peg away at 1 HP at a time, you're never going to win that. So I had to keep it balanced. Trying to find that balance between cool theme and game mechanics can be challenging. Dale says, allergies seem to be every morning thing for me. Ugh, lately, I can't seem to go through the morning without having a sneezing fit or keep a handkerchief nearby. Oh, that stinks, Dale. I'm sad to hear that. Yeah, it's mainly... Oh, excuse me. Mainly for me, it's just when I go outside and walk without a mask. If I wear a mask, then allergies I'm usually good. But if I don't have a mask, yeah, it can be rough. But fortunately, I don't seem to get allergies indoors too much. So thankful for that. But through the day, allergies tend to fade away. Oh, that's interesting. So we almost have the opposite, I guess. Interesting. All right, so I got that. I got that correct. Now I need to change these. So you'll notice these are sort of this bluish, but for this guy, which I use this green. Okay, so trying to keep these the color elements of each card to be similar. So for Malcolm, he's the Earth Mageineer. He's all greens. So trying to have that come out in how the card looks. All right, so we got that. None of these change. The reactions are always that. Okay, now I got to change these ones, and that's the dark green, and then the lighter green is this one. Oh my gosh, if I could just do this. Thank you. And that's the lighter green. All right. I got this. Let's do it all. Dark green. And then this guy. Could you please? There we go. There we go. And one more here. Dark green. And this part. I've been having this weird issue where I think I need a new mouse, where it almost will lose the click, or the if I'm holding the left button down, it will lose that connection or something, and then it'll get it right back, and so it'll be like I let go and re-clicked it right away, and it does these weird effects that I don't expect. So I'll probably have to get a new mouse. I've had this mouse though for almost as long as the computer, so it's and 29. It's 5 years old now. Jeez Louise, I can't believe this computer's that old. I really need to vacuum the dust out. It's getting kind of kicked on, which is not good. Okay. So we have these. Now we gotta go down here and take care of this. First off, this is gonna be see, it's doing it again. Okay, so this is this color, I think. Yeah. And then he is not wind, he is earth. And then the symbol for earth is a mountain with like a little river or trees or something. His age is going to be the same as Riviera's, so 19, because they're born together. So Hobart's the oldest one, then Riviera and Malcolm were born, and then Saffron's the baby. Okay. Dale says, but keep me in prayer. I'm not going to fret it, but at the same time, I'm scared that I am one sneeze away from having major problems inside. Oh gosh. Lord God, I lift up Dale and all these, the fear of like bodies breaking down and sneezes that are starting to hurt. Lord God, I pray that you please protect him. Please bring healing, vitality to his body and help him, Lord God. May he not be just one sneeze away from major problems inside. May he be okay. May you continue to sustain him and keep him well, Lord God. Amen. No, I can get that. Sometimes I'll get these, like if I just feel off sometimes, I don't know, every so often I'll just feel off, not quite sure what it is. If that happens, I'll look at my Fitbit. It's like, okay, what's my heart rate right now? Is it like off the charts for some reason? Okay, no, it's normal. And then like, okay, I'll just start breathing deep. And usually doing that and make sure I have water if I haven't drunk water. Or if it seems like a thing where I've drunk enough water, maybe I need some electrolytes, so I'll get something that has some salt in it or something like that. If I do that, those types of things, it usually subsides wherever it is. So, but I get things similar to that, I guess I would say, Dale. No, but not season, so I guess it's not similar, never mind. Okay, so now we need to come up with something interesting that's overheard at Ashley's Haberdashery here for Malcolm. So he's sort of, I'd say of the bunch, he's sort of the wise one, the theological one, the one that cares most about the 4 elemental spirits and how they ultimately pay homage to the Great Spirit, which is sort of in my game is God. Let's see. So I'm trying to think of how we get that across in something people would be talking about him. I guess we could say he's always at chapel instead of church. I don't necessarily want to use the word church. I don't really want to use temple either. Oh, okay. Maybe I say this. He is a strange one. Always walking near graves, praying for the dead. Something like that? Well, I want it on 2 lines. But I don't know. Yeah, that's like, that's not really earthy at all. But I mean, that's to his character. Yeah, I don't know. Dale says, I'm not trying to bring down the house. Just, oh yeah, of course. So may this room be filled with much joy. Thank you, Dale. Yeah. And if I can figure out what sort of like what people would be saying about him, and I'm trying to think like, okay, so what does he do throughout the day? He's probably into scrolls. I like the idea. I guess you have this term of like self-insert in a movie or a comic book or whatever. I guess Malcolm's kind of me in that. I'm probably trying to associate most of me in Malcolm's character. So maybe I should think of like what ideally I would like to do if I were some sort of prince or something, and what I would want people to be. Maybe a little like, what's he doing? Why is he doing that? But I like the idea of him just sort of being among those that have passed on. But maybe it's more. Maybe I could tie it into the Earth some. Well, here's something. First off, we can make it more conversational. He's a strange one. See him. I could say he's strange, or he's odd. He's an odd one. An odd Always walking. Maybe instead of always walking cemetery, we'll just say cemeteries. I think that's grave sites, cemeteries. Let's see. Now I'm like, what's the etymology of the word cemetery? Because like I don't want it to be too connected to our world. I mean, everything's English, of course, but if I can use terms that are more like I guess universal or aren't just like strictly Christian, then great. So let's see. Etymology. Cemetery? Is that how you spell cemetery? I guess we'll find out shortly. Oh, it's all E's, no A's. Cemetery. Burial ground, place, site for burial. Yeah, okay. French cimetière, graveyard. Okay. So it's just like old French for graveyard. Okay, interesting. From medieval Latin cemeterium, late land, comatarium from Greek, comaterion, sleeping place, dormitory. Oh, cool. Okay, sleeping place, dormitory. So this, okay, that's actually, I like that, because then that sort of goes into my idea. I mean, not my idea. I'm sort of in the camp of soul sleep after we die. And I don't think it's a salvation issue if people want to believe that once you die as a Christian, you go right to heaven. That's totally fine. I have no qualms with people that think that that's how it happens. I just happen to think that it's more when we die, we sleep in the ground or cremate or however you died. You're just dormant until God comes back in all his glory, and then you wake up and then you're judged. And if you're to be with him forever, awesome. If you're not, then that's what you chose. You chose not to be with God, and so you go to hell where you're essentially wanting to be. Hey Rushmore, good morning. The Juggy Jugyard. Hello fam, hello. So that's funny you say that, the Juggy Jugyard, because let me go back to this. Let me write this. I'm walking cemeteries. Okay, are you giving me a spell check for that? No, okay. Because these guys, these like torsos, and when you put them together, early on in the game, I sort of called them as a shorthand juggers, kind of similar to Jaegers from Pacific Rim. But I feel like juggers can unfortunately have, I think, even though it doesn't sound the same, I feel like it can have a sexualized it's reminiscent of jugs as slang for female anatomy. So I'm like, I don't know if I want the slang for the juggernauts to be juggers. I think it sounds fun, but I don't know. So that's just funny that you said Juggy Juggernauts. Maybe Juggies. Oh, that's about the same. Dang it. Yeah. Or maybe my mind's just in the gutter. Maybe that's just it. I have a softball bat that was and is amazing, and we nicknamed it the Juggy. Oh, that's fun. Okay. I like that. Okay, maybe it's not an issue. Maybe it's just, yeah, I don't know. Oh, it was a Demarani Juggernaut? Oh, I don't know what that means, Rushmore, but okay. Oh, and the music stopped. Music, come back to us. Music. Let's see, is it this one? Yes. Continue. All right, here. Oh, I just realized that's interesting. I don't think I realized this, that you both were on the YouTube side, but Age of Origin is on the Twitch side. I don't know if you're still here, Age, but if you are, thank you for the lurk. Dale says Juggy Junkyard sounds like a place where rednecks may gather for a night of drinking or make moonshine. Yeah, absolutely. That was the brand and model. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, is the Demarani Juggernaut. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. I need to get my Cajun out, I guess. Demarani. The Demarani Juggernaut. It's where they call the softball bat the juggy. I know, you're like, oh my gosh. It's like I'm in the Cajun district of New Orleans. Because of Francisco's amazing Cajun accent. You're welcome, Kirk. You're welcome. No problem. I'm glad to help. Excuse me. How often do you play softball, Kirk? I'm pretty sure this is Kirk. I think Andy is like Girl Dad or something on YouTube. Okay, so he's an odd one. Always walking cemeteries, praying. You know what? Not necessarily praying for the dead. Praying. Praying and smiling? That seems a little sadistic, or it could be taken that way. Always walking cemeteries in the day. We'll say, because I don't want to do it like he's walking at night. We'll just say that. It doesn't have to be more than that. People can go to their own conclusions from that, and that's fine. I want it to be a bit open-ended. That way when you're playing it, the character, you can... This is just to give you sort of a prompt for the type of character they are. And again, this is if you're playing the novice version. If you're playing the advanced version, it doesn't have that sort of flavor text, but it's going to be on the same card. So like the front, like the... I don't know if you want to call it front or back, but unfortunately I don't have, these aren't printed. I printed off the paper and then just sleeved it in the plastic. But ideally the card's printed to have advanced side with just extra things you can do in the game, and novice side, which is less things, so you're having to manage less. But it has this flavor text at the bottom. So Demarini. I played 5-6 nights a week till about 10 years ago. Now I don't play often, but coaching and practicing every day with my kids. That's awesome, though, Rushmore. Dale says, and maybe slapping them bones on the table. Bam! Give me my Fidan. What? Fidian? Is that like, what's a Fidian? Is that like $50 or something? Dominoes for those going. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm just excited when it comes out finally. Aw, thank you, Rushmore. I hope so too. Yeah, exactly like that. Good. Yes. Yeah, someone was asking me, and I'm gonna be going up to, Seattle tomorrow, with a new friend here. So I actually met up with Cryan, who was who the last playtest we did. He was one of the playtesters, along with Dustin and Yoshi. And so he's so local to me that we met up for coffee, and him and I are actually going to go up to Seattle, and we're going to play with Ken and Dustin Warford, who are up in that side. Oh, 15. Okay, 15. Got it. Thank you, Dale. You'd think my Cajunness would know that, but apparently I need some help sometimes. So we're going to go up there and do playtests for about 4 or 5 hours, depending on how fast we get up there and whatnot. So hopefully that'll be at least 2 full games, because I think it seems, unless you go the full, unless you don't search the saves, so you're I don't know, it just depends. We'll see. Hopefully we get more than just one game in, but it may take that long. We'll see. But we're gonna do that, and so I'm trying to get these all ready for that, so that people can play with either the novice or advanced. But what was I saying? Oh, so getting that ready. The convention. How was the convention? So and so I was telling Cryan when we talked the other day, or maybe it was, I don't know. Maybe it was actually because I meet with one of the guys from my small group every other week. Maybe I was telling him. So anyway, I was telling someone that ideally I'd like to get the game out by this October, but I want my mailing list. So honestly, the mailing list I have should be somewhere in the realm of a couple thousand email signups, and it's nowhere near that. And so I feel like I'd be doing a disservice of trying to make a push for a crowdfunding campaign with the number of signups right now. So it's probably a matter of I need to figure out a way to do Facebook ads or some form of advertising. I'm also trying to think of ways to incentivize people that are on the mailing list to share it with their friends. So I'm thinking I'm pretty sure I have a good way of possibly doing that by giving you guys stickers of these guys, the Mageineers, and maybe the Warlord with little catchphrases that you can put on your Instagram posts or stories or whatever. So that's if you refer, like, I don't know, a certain number of people. And then at the end, if we reach a certain threshold for overall referrals, we'll do a giveaway for stickers or maybe a t-shirt or something like that. But but I'm still not answering how the convention went. The convention went well. I got to meet some new people and that was really awesome. Got a few play tests of just a simplified 1v1 version of the game that I'm planning on making that can be released just as a deck of cards and maybe a few tokens. Got to play test that a few times, which was nice, and I feel like that works plenty well enough. It was quick, easy to understand, I think, and gave you sort of a good sort of a primer for what you're going to be doing in the actual game, because not much changes between that and the game. So, and then got to play a couple full games. Unfortunately, it was just with one other person, so it was like a two player, which is 2 player versus the game. So the Warlord is game controlled, which can be a little easy. But let's see. So how far are you from Seattle? About 3 to 4 hours. The direction says it's going to take 3.5 hours to get there, but that's if traffic's good, which on a Sunday, I don't anticipate it being that bad, but we'll have to see. Dale says, it wasn't meant to be Cajun. Okay. Just how people talk down when their dominoes are being played. People get serious about the game. Give me 15. Yeah, no, I get the faster you say 15, the more the T comes out as a D, because it becomes a softer sound, because you're just trying to get the air out as fast as possible. Yeah, that's a good phonetic way of putting it, Dale. Rushmore says, just an outsider looking in, I think you should make it a base and have an expansion or expansions. That's awesome. We had a great convention one of the. Oh, really? Yeah. So was this another one that you got to do? Sunday service at, or yeah, tell me how. I'd like to hear more about how your convention went, Rushmore. Okay, so I got this, got those, the novice one. I think I'm done here. Yeah, got all of that. Okay, so I think we're done with Malcolm. We're gonna save that. Now we're gonna go and work on a Saffron's card. So we're gonna duplicate this. Duplicate. Yeah, so let me check that off. So we finished Malcolm's card. Let's go on to make Saffron's pixel art. All right. This is going to be Saffron, and then this is going to be Index. We're going to go with red. All right. And now lock the other ones so I don't mess them up accidentally. No, not that. Not that. I want to lock Malcolm's layer. Okay. And turn it off. Okay, so now we're seeing just Saffron's. Even though we're not seeing her, this is going to be where we do everything. So let's start by turning everything off. And then we're going to redo these colors. So outer card is going to be that color, and then this color, so the reds. Then and that's going to be on both. Let's get on both here. All right, next one. Okay. So now the inner card, that's the same color, so I don't need to change that on either one. And because so the fire Mageineers and the fire cards share the same the lightest color, that's the same color, and then the water and wind Mageineer cards share the same background. All right, so now reactions. Okay, so this side on both needs to be this red. And do this one. Okay, and I'm probably gonna, you know what, for now, I'm just gonna fill this in. See, there it goes again. Silly mouse doing weird things. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. And then on this side, we'll do this. What are you doing? There we go. There we go. All right. So that's filled in. Now I'll go to the next one, the nameplate, which is a part that covers things so you can see the name, and then for the Seneschal Blessing, it's down here. Okay, but let's do this. So we're gonna fill this in. We're on the name. We want to be a nameplate, and we want to fill those greens in with that, and those greens in with that, and we want to fix this. This is looking all wonky here. So we'll do that and that. Okay, that's better. Now I'll do the same over here. Fill that in, and then fill those. All right, that looks good. Wait, why is the nameplate on this one? Why do I have something down here? I shouldn't. Should I? Or is it just covered? Oh, I think it's just covered by the nameplates. Or by the stat boxes. Yeah, that's... Okay, yeah, that's what's... So I'm like, there shouldn't be this little divot at the bottom, but it's covered by these. That's why I wasn't seeing it. Let's see. Okay. His reboot was the con. 45 in attendance. That's amazing, Rushmore. That's so awesome. What did you guys... what did you share about? Dale says you're not going to hang out with Haru while up there, or is that no. So I invited him, but he's apparently Spokane is like 2+ hours away from where I'm gonna be meeting up with everyone. So I invited him, yeah, but he said he is too far away. So excuse me. Yeah, because I thought of him because he is up that way. Let's see. No, that's not the right thing. Okay, let's do this. Fill those in. Fill these in, and then fill this part in. And now on this side. Keep doing the wrong ones. And then that, and then this. All right. So I got those. Now we're going to actually bring in the Riviera character. So we have to open up another what's it called? File, which had the previous version of these on. Okay, so we're going to do sprite, rotate canvas clockwise. I'm going to turn on the junk. I don't want that. Yeah. This goes up here. Fire elements. Okay, we want just her. Okay, and then get the selection right here. So yeah, this is what the cards used to look like. Copy. Now we're gonna paste. And ideally, I want to make it so that the novice version, the art for each character is a little different. But I'm not to that point yet. I'm just trying to get it. That's like the final finishing type things where it's not going to affect the gameplay at all. The mechanics are all set in place. That's just like a nice little flair to have. A reboot is the ministry. Okay, I thought you were saying reboot was the convention. Okay, my bad. Rushmore. So, did you have a booth for the game? I'm missing all sorts of things. Jeez Louise. Rushmore says, we broke 800 subs, got several new hosts, got a bunch of new engagement, and Shen from Comic Book Men and Sergeant Slaughter cut promos for us. That is so cool, Rushmore. Oh my gosh. Lord God, thank you so much for just being at work in the Rushmore show, blessing them with these awesome opportunities. Thank you, Lord, for them being unafraid to share your word at these conventions and be a light in dark places. Thank you for Andy and for Kirk and for all they do and for how you're using them, Lord God. Continue to bless them abundantly. Amen. All right. Oy vey. Let's see. God's love is still for geeks, gamers, nerds, and collectors. Absolutely. So did you have a booth for the game? No. So you essentially, if you were a play tester, you would get an exhibitor badge. So this is the first year. I wasn't sure if this is the first or second, but it was the very first one of this convention. So it was only $5 for either to be a what's it called? A participant? That's not what it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but regardless, to go to the con, it costs $5, or to be an exhibitor / a vendor, it costs $5. So it is very economical, and it is great for my first con. So they said, so they put the playtesters were mainly in a room, the main room, which was just like, I don't know, think of a conference room, a big-ish conference room. Or like if you go to a Red Lion hotel, you might have a small like a meeting or small conference room, a large conference room, whatever. A large conference room with lots of tables in it. So that's sort of what was the setup. And so I was the first one there that morning. So they said, "Oh yeah, just pick a table." So I went, started setting up my stuff. My friend from my small group, and church small group, that came down to help me for the first half of the day, showed up about half hour later. So we were just talking and setting up, and then we played a game. So it wasn't really a booth. It was just me set up at a table. I think that's. I want to go to another board game convention up in Seattle in June. We'll see if that ends up happening, but I imagine I'd be curious to see if it's the same for these type of events where it's not like a booth like at a Comic-Con. It's more like just a bunch of tables, and this sort of section of tables is for playtesters. This one's for like just whatever games you brought that you want to play with your friends. This section's for other things. I don't know. Rushmore says, by the way, we are moving into movie and TV and nostalgia months. If RP wants to be back, I would love for me and Paul to be back. So yeah, that's what are those June and July? Is that what those months are? Rushmore, I don't recall. Possibly 2 openings. Oh, June for movies, TV, and I got it right. Nice. Yeah, me and Paul are actually going to be mean today because we're going to have to redo our whole schedule. We had it all ready, but then me losing the internet for 2 weeks just put the kibosh on it all. So we're going to have to redo it all, which probably just means moving everything down a month or something. I have a mute button. I should just be muting myself when I do that. I'm sorry, guys. It's not. No, I wouldn't call it really a fan table. Yeah, it's just a table with a cloth on it that anyone could have been at, and I just happened to pick. Okay, here it is, and it is right connected to another table. So someone else did a playtest right there, which I got to playtest someone else's game that is behind, and the table is behind me. And that was fun, but then I got to talk with some other people that were making games, and yeah, it was just good getting to connect with them. And I signed up for their email list, but I haven't heard from them. So I don't know what's going on with that. Real quick, I want to check something here. Okay, have not heard back. So I'm not sure what's going on there. All right, whatever. Rushmore says, I have a dream of having a Christian creators section of a Comic-Con, like our booth next to each Culture Box or others we've connected with. Yeah, I would love it if me and Paul could get down to GeekCon one year. I know that's the one that Geek Devotions usually goes to, and we could have Geek Devotions, Retro Rewind, Rushmore. I mean, it'd be great if the other shows could come down too, but let's see. That leaves Untold and Staying Brave, and they're pretty far away. So I don't know how possible that would be, but I think that would be really cool for sure. Oh yeah, and so Cellcast could probably be there too, because they're in Texas. I guess that's not terribly far away. Maybe it is. I know Texas is big, so maybe it's forever away. Maybe it's further away than I am. Drew, you tell me. But yeah, that is the dream for sure, Rushmore. I was trying to guess that the word you were saying with the fan table, that's what we are usually. Okay. Is that usually, that's what it's just called? Okay. I didn't realize that. All right. So we copied that. We're going to make a new layer so I can position this correctly. And this is going to be for Saffron. And I'm trying to think, okay, it looks like her, I guess it'd be her right leg, the leg on our left, is the one that's behind. I'm trying to make these so that one leg's behind, one leg's in front. Like you can see with, we'll look at Hobart, his left leg, it'd be his right leg, isn't behind these stat boxes, and the other elements are in front. With Riviera, her right leg is in front, her left leg's in back. So I'm just trying to gauge by their stance which side of their body is getting closer to the camera to gauge that. So yeah, with Malcolm, his right leg is closer. I think with Saffron, if I'm looking at it, I think her right leg is behind. Okay, so good. I have two for each. And I didn't plan it that way. That's just how the poses sort of worked out. If Ashley was awake, she'd probably say, "Don't die." I'm not trying to die. Okay, let's move. I don't need the selection because she's on her own layer. Let's move Saffron. Where are you, Saffron? Saffron. Okay, we're gonna move you to be right about there. That's, I think, mostly centered. Gonna turn Malcolm off. Well, actually, oh no, I still need him for the novice version. Actually, I probably don't, because this is gonna be moved directly down, so we can delete Malcolm from that layer. We're going to we said her this one's what happened? Not stat boxes. Saffron. I'm going to delete that. So this leg's in front, this leg's in back. All right. We do lose some. Now, this is a new issue I've been having. On these, they're essentially the characters in front of pretty much. There's a lot of contrast between the character and the background. On these versions, I get a lot of contrast on the left, but on the right, I'm having to adjust how the character looks. So let's do that adjustment. So we'll do like something like that for her hair. And then for this fire that's in her hand, because over here you can see it looks like this. What we'll do is we'll turn off the reaction side, and then I think we'll just fill this in. This will just be like this, so we can actually see the fire better. And we can just do that. We'll see how that looks. Turn on the reaction side. There we go. Now we see more of the fire on that side. It looks still looks a little weird. There's some elements of it I'm not digging. So let's maybe do that. Okay, I think that's helpful. Like that. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then let's see. Maybe this. I'm just toying with it now, trying to see. I can look down here in this sort of preview window, how it looks if I'm reading fire in this. And I think for the most part I am. I'm just looking. What makes the most sense? Rushmore says there are so many we've connected with for Reboot. That's really cool. So Reboot's your ministry, and what was the name of the convention you went to this past time, Rushmore? And if you said that already, I'm sorry I missed it. But if you could repeat, that'd be very helpful for people like me that just don't pay attention. You expect me to read? What is this? Okay, I think that's good. Something about her legs are a little strange. I think I just want to have one more there. Oh, I don't want to have beefy beefcake legs here. I want to have hips. Maybe this needs to just go all the way there. Yeah, I think that's better. And then this part go in. And maybe take that off. No, too much of a gap there then. No, oh, maybe like that. No, but I want the shadow underneath here. Maybe I just do, you know what, maybe this is the shadow. No, this is the edge and be casting a shadow underneath it. So we could do something like that. Yeah, there we go. I think that works. That's sort of a weird looking thing, but that's fine. We'll just do that. Yeah, I like that a bit better. That just looks more like a looser shirt, I guess. Yeah. I think that's working. What about right there? I want a little bit of like movement here. Let's see. Maybe like that. No. Now I'm just trying to figure out what looks the best here. That's the edge. That's her belt. If I go like this, how's that? You know what? I like how that looks. I just like how it looks. It's sort of floofy here, but whatever. I'm not gonna be that worried about it. Okay, I think that's. This boot looks a little strange out here. Maybe let's just do that. Yeah, there we go. I think that's more what I want. Excuse me. No, I think that's good. Okay, let's go with that. Alrighty, so now we have her there. Now we're gonna repeat that over one more layer, and now we have to move her down right there. And now we have these ones. So we are going to let's see, all the colors right there. All the color looks right here. All right, so we're gonna save it. This is gonna be the advanced version, but this is gonna be for saffron. If my mouse would work, which it's not. Saffron. And let's save it into the wrong place. And then we're gonna do the novice version. Saffron. Novice. Save. All right, so save that. Dale, bless you. Oh, did I sneeze? I don't think I heard anyone sneeze here. Dun dun dun. All right, So now we're going to go back to Affinity Publisher. And we're going to start doing, we're going to duplicate this layer. Earth Mageineer, Malcolm, duplicate. And this is going to be, close that. Oh, I haven't thought about how I'm going to have to redo the Warlord card, because it probably should look like this, like these guys. And let's see. The thing with the Warlord, and this is feedback I got from someone, is that it doesn't seem like right now the Sacrifice Acolyte ability is underneath where it's like an action, and it only really happens if you die. So I'm not sure how to necessarily to represent that. Well, I'll have to delete the bomb because Sensual Blessing is not a thing. Maybe it'll just be the thing you get at the bottom for player controlled. So that'll just be player controlled, Sacrifice Acolyte. You don't need anything to build it. You just need, it's just a special thing that happens when you get dropped down to, when you get dropped down to 0 life. So you'll still have Barrage, still have Vampiric Clutch. I don't know if, let's see, would there be any different reactions that the Warlord could have? I don't think so. Like right now, I'm just thinking, let me look at the Warlord card here if I can find it. Oh, where are you? Oh, there you are, Warlord. So it's the specialization that it gets now is that if one or more cities are still enslaved when you find him, he can do attacks that cost you more potions to dispel it. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use that, either because all the cities were unlocked, or it made more sense to do Barrage or Vampiric Clutch. So I think I'm just going to stick with those. And then, yeah, the Sacrifice Acolyte's just the special thing they get to do. And then, there's enough there that I think I need to just have that be what it is. Maybe there's more stuff I could put on that card, but that's just some other one more of these cards I need to do, which I forgot about. That was for all that hacking you're doing. Oh, yeah. I always, it's like every morning. So you get allergies every morning, Dale. I get this phlegm in my throat, where I have this graveliness to my voice, which is kind of nice in the morning. But I think that's just because there's phlegm and stuff and mucus in my throat, and so it clears in the morning. Then my voice is its normal high self. Hello, I'm Francisco from the future. How are you doing today? What? I don't normally sound like this? I think you're mistaken, because this has been me forever. Why would I lie to you? Okay, Francisco, stop with that. Okay. Okay, so Fire Mageineer, Saffron. And, okay, so actually, let me go to my checklist. I'll keep track of what we're doing. We made the Saffron pixel art. Now we're doing the finish for the card. All right, so first off, what could we do here? Let's start with the top. This is going to be Saffron. These are going to be flames, and they're going to be red. And I need to get the right color, which is going to be this orange, actually. Oh, really what I should do is start with the changing the card art. I don't know why I'm not doing that. Replace image. I'm replacing this one with Saffron Advanced. Oh, wait, no, we totally forgot. We have not finished. Go back, Francisco. Tisk. You haven't finished it. You didn't do the specializations. Golly sakes. Okay, go back here. Turn on specializations. Let's figure this out. Okay. So, so what these are is you could, could probably tell this from, could probably tell this from some of the other cards, but essentially, when you build your Juggernaut with certain limb elements, you unlock a build special. If you guys can think of a different a phrase for build special other than build special that means, oh, have your Juggernaut set up this way and it unlocks this ability. I've been racking my brain for something that evokes that's pithy and short, and I have been, the best I can do is build special. Build bonus won't work because that means something else in this game. So it's build special is all I can think of. Build ability? No, that's like a lot of buzz in this tab. But regardless, if you build your Juggernaut a certain way, you can build it to unlock an extra action, or you can build it to unlock an extra reaction. So it's like an offensive build and a defensive build. If you're playing the advanced card, and you can choose at the beginning which one you want to play with. You're not like you can only do the advanced card if you've played the novice card. There isn't really this level up mechanic. I've thought about how that might work. If I want to do like you will unlock the advanced version if you've defeated a city, but by that point you haven't. At that point, you're not building your Juggernaut anymore, so the specializations may be for naught. Because essentially the specializations are correctly erected. That's a bit long too, but thank you. I appreciate the brainstorm. I'm happy with more brainstorms, because sometimes when I've been in brainstorm sessions before, it's all about hearing lots of ideas and our minds synthesize those, and you may get a final product that's really good because you heard all these ideas that weren't quite right. Okay, regardless, the specialization, I'm trying to think of what the specializations for Saffron will be. One of them I know I want to be this sort of death ray ability that she would currently unlock as the cards go everywhere. Hold on. And now, oh, not super pink. That's nice. So she has this specialization right now where if she kills one junk golem and has one fire limb, she can have an extra action where it's an attack where she attacks with her HP essentially, then sets her HP to 10. So it's like a death blossom, death bloom. I need to think of a cool name for it, because I didn't have to name it on here because it's in this small area, so I just have action. But I'm liking having to give these abilities names. And then I have Lava Flow, which isn't going to be that anymore. I'm trying to think of what that could be instead. Did the music stop again? Silly music with it stopping. Yes, I'm still listening. That hasn't changed. Okay, good. Okay. Dale, did you just, did you say, oh, you said first. Why didn't the thing come on? Boo. Why didn't the thing say like, first thing that popped in my mind? Yeah, no, I get that. But you're first apparently because you said the word first. That's funny. But yeah, I'm not sure why the little achievement thing didn't work. Darn it. Anyways, so I'm going to have Death Ray. And let me think. If Death Ray is all about life and damage, then I want it to be probably going to have it be, I could have it be a fire, 2 fires and an earth, because that's the life and damage. Or I could have it be fire, wind, and earth. The wind sort of evoking that your spirit's leaving you, or it's a rush of power. But I think I prefer the fires. So what I'm going to do is go this specialization. Okay, here, and then the earth. 2 fires and an earth is what I think we'll do. So, and I actually don't want these ones to change. So let me undo these ones. I don't suppose this will work, will it? Ah, so that's how I do it. I'm just finally figuring out things in a sprite that I'm like, I wish I could just do this, but finally able to figure out how to do it. All right, so G, and we're gonna get this color is gonna be this green. And then the darker one is gonna be this one. And then the orange is gonna be this lime green. All right, and same for over here. And then that, and then this, and the yellow is that. All right, awesome. So that looks good. And then we have the green going over. I do need to change this green to, so unselect that, to the red. Not, okay. Continuous, please. Yep, yep. And then that, and then that, and then the darker one, and these little things. There we go. Okay, that's good. All right, so that's for the death ray. And I don't know, death ray maybe, fire beam, something that I like death ray, maybe death flame or death fire, because you could be dropping down, like let's say you got your life up to 70. So you're gonna do a mega 70 attack for 70 damage, which is quite the wallop, but it gets you down to 10 life. And the reason part of me wanted to go down to 1 life. Oh wait, I could go down to 1 life now. I could drop it down. So before it was 10 life because the opponent always got to counterattack. Like a counterattack would happen regardless. Like you attack the defender will always counterattack. And no matter what else they do, they counterattack unless they're using a potion to dispel. But now how I've set it up is there's actions and reactions. Reactions, you can do a reaction if you're negatively affected by the attacker's action. So, and let's say you counterattack, you can use a potion. You can dispel reactions. That's called a retroaction. So given that, since you're not gonna, I had it set to 10 before because if someone counterattacked, the most they could do is 10, I suppose. So you could die from it, but it'd be very unlikely because most of the time you're counterattacking with your weakest limb. Now you're counterattacking with your strongest limb, but it was before you counterattack with your weakest limb, and that was rarely a 10. So it would be use this death beam attack, and with all your HP, and then your HP drops to 10. That way a counterattack wouldn't kill you instantly. But now, if you decide to do that, knowing that you can dispel a counterattack, if the defender chooses to counterattack, you can dispel it with a potion. Before you couldn't do anything to mitigate counterattack damage. So now I think I am going to drop it down to oh, maybe I'll do it so a d6 life. So you roll a d6 and whatever that is, that's what your life drops down to. Yeah, I like that because sometimes you could it could just weaken you completely and you're down to 1 life. Other times maybe you have a lot of good vitality and stamina and you're able to only drop down to 6 life. But yeah, I think I'll do that. So anyway, lava flow. I like the idea that it's two fire limbs, 2 fire arms. So you have to have both your arms are gonna have to be fire in order to get this specialization, and you have to have 1 earth limb. So one of your legs is gonna have to be earth essentially. And then for the reaction, I wanted to have this lava flow effect of some sort, but what would I have? So with Malcolm, I convert his poison briar 3-action thing to poison thorn, which is essentially if so let's say you're attacked, then I could react with poison thorn if I've built if I have a water and earth water and earth legs and a fire limb, then I can react with poison thorn. Wait, and sometimes you won't be able to have any of these specializations. Because let's say Malcolm had, let's say he just built his guy to be all earth limbs. Then he'd get that +6 bonus, but he wouldn't get any of these specializations. So, but anyway, let's say he did get the reaction. So that way he could react with Poison Thorn, which is he can damage the defender's HP by, he rolls a d6, and then whoever his weakest leg is. So if, let's say, his weakest leg is a 10, he's going to do a 60 damage. He could potentially do a 60 damage reaction, which is crazy. Or, so that's the most he could do. And the idea is like he summons this poisonous thorn in the ground underneath where the attacker is walking with the Juggernaut, and the heavier the leg is, so if the defender has, it's the defender's weakest leg. I think I need to write that in because I think that's a little confused. Damage defender's HP for d6 times weakest leg. I mean, I don't think I have the space to say defender's weakest leg. Damage defender's HP by d6 times, I'll say their weakest leg. I think I may have enough for that. Their weakest leg. And let me bring the by up there. By d6. Let's see if I can put the d6 on the next line. Yes. Damage defender's HP by d6 times their weakest leg. Okay, that's going to be a little bit more clear, I think. Times their weakest leg. So if the defender has a very doesn't have much of a leg, maybe has a 2 or something, they're not going to compress into that thorn very heavy. Like I'm thinking of like the leg's power is the heaviness almost. So they're going to step on that. It's going to hurt, but it's not going to be crazy. So I don't know. You may get 2 times 1, may only be 2 damage. But if you have a super chonky leg, like you built your guy to be like have 2 10s for legs, and you're gonna hit this poison thorn, it's gonna sink deep into your foot, and the poison level is the die. So so however much you roll for d6, yeah, if you're hitting it with a 10 leg with a 6 roll, you're getting 60 damage. So you could die from that. So be careful if you're going to go up against Malcolm, who says Saffron here because I was in the middle of making the card, but then I realized, oh crap, I didn't do these specializations. Anyway, so that's what I have for Malcolm. So I'm trying to think of something for Saffron that's a reaction that's interesting, that you would want to build for this. So something with like maybe a burn. Maybe I like the idea of like you're doing an attack and you get burned from doing it. So what could be something like that? And sometimes I think of like a name usually, and that will help me write what the effect is. Or sometimes I think of an effect. It just depends. I think let's see, and then I'll worry about what elements you have to build for it. Let's see, for Hobart, the Wind Mageineer, I have one called Fan the Flames. Fan because wind, and then flames because it does damage. But essentially he gets to attack with his legs attack. Or his reaction is he sort of attacks you with his legs. But let me think. Okay, you get burned. Let's see, how would that be? Let's see, what would make sense if you attack? Okay, let's call it backdraft, because that's this idea of like, okay, it's coming back at you. You did something, you made an action, you opened that door, and now you're getting the consequences of it. So we'll call it backdraft. So what happens in the backdraft? All this flame comes back at you. Yes. Let me come check your room. I'll be right back, guys. All right, let's see. Just wanted to pop back in and say, praying for you and JJ. We'll see you. Oh, geez, I'm just seeing this now. I'm so sorry, Rushmore. Got a full weekend of sports and family. Love you, bro. Lord God, even though I imagine Kirk isn't here anymore and had to pop away, thank you so much for his encouragement, for him being a part of this community. I pray his weekend of sports and fam goes well, that he has a great one with them. And pray protection, provision over him, and look forward to the next time we can hang out and stream together. Amen. All right. So I realized what I did while I was getting my daughter the Switch and managing that, and gave myself some more spark. I realized what I wanted to have it be. So it's going to be called Backdraft. I think I said that before I left. What happens is, you're going to roll a die. If you do this reaction, you roll a die. On a 1 or a 6, the attacker has to destroy one of their limbs. On a 2, 3, 4, 5, they have to disable 2 limbs. So it's like it's a luck based on like how much of that fire get you back. I was thinking maybe it'd be 1, 3, 5, you destroy a limb. 2, 4, 6, it's disabling a limb. Like the odds is 2, the destroys, or the odds is 1, the evens are 2. But I don't think it should be a half a chance of getting your limb destroyed. So I think it's because that's hard to come back from than a disable. So I was thinking it should be just should have a 1 in 3 chance of getting your limb disabled or destroyed. All right, like here, I'll roll a die real quick. I'm just curious. Great, 6. So I would have gotten destroyed. 2 wouldn't have gotten it destroyed. 3 wouldn't have gotten it destroyed. That's all disables. 4 disabled. Okay, so I just got really unlucky that first time. Excuse me. But because of that, I'm going to do a little switcheroo. I'm actually going to make it so that, because I think with Backdraft it should be all, well, no, there's a wind element to a Backdraft. So maybe it should be 2 fires and a wind. That's what I think it'll be. So I'll leave a fire here, and then you need to have a fire leg and a wind leg. So I'll make this one the wind, and then this one will be the fire. Oh, I need to get these little inserts also. Is that in the specialization? Yes, it is. Okay. So let me fix that so that these are the right color. Specialization. Because they were the green before, which isn't right. All right. Okay. So now you're going to be the fire. So we will do, let's see. Yeah, let's just select this area. Otherwise, if I do so what I'd like to do is when I do gradient fills, I tend to like to have this continuousness off, because if it's on, it will only fill pixels that touch the pixel around it that are the same color. So for instance, if I did for this color red, if I just fill in this one pixel here, it's only going to do that one because no others are touching. If I did this one, it'd fill in those 4 because they all touch. But if I turn continuous off, then it's going to fill all the ones that are the same color. But if I had this selection turned off, that'd be great. But if I turn the selection off, it's going to color these ones over here. Like I do it over here, it colors the ones over on this side too, because it's in the whole canvas. Any pixel that's the same color, it fills that in. So I don't want that, but I don't want to have to like do each individual one. So I just do this. So I select this area, so the context for the fill is only in here, which is awesome. And so now I go through and fill all these. Okay, fill, let's see, orange. All right, now those are all filled, fantastic. And then I'm gonna have this one be a wind one. So since there's no other blue here, I don't need to select anything. I can just fill this in and it'll be the right colors. So G, fill, fill, fill. Alrighty. So now we have for Saffron, she has her I still don't have a good name. Death Beam is all I got right now. But Death Beam and Backdraft. And then her team-up special is still going to be called Focus Fire. Which the team-up specials you can do as long as you're teamed up with an ally that matches one of two elements. For Saffron, it's Earth or Wind. Okay, so now I just want to double-check that she couldn't actually get both of these effects somehow. So let's get some cards out. Let's see. Okay, so let's get a fire, 2 fires, a wind, fire, 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 and an earth. Okay, so now I'm going to try. I know you won't be able to see it, but I'm going to try. Well, I guess I can try holding it up. Okay, so we have this guy. And let's say the 2 on the left are arms. So, okay, we have 2 arms. Okay, an arm here and an arm here. So we have the 2 arms. And then we need an earth leg. Okay, so let's get an earth leg. Okay, we got an earth leg now, which you can't see because it's green screened out. But believe me, it's green. All right, so if I had this configuration, regardless of what this leg is, then I would get the extra action, which would be, for now, it's called Death Beam or Death Ray. All right. Now, could I also get the other one? Let's see. No, I would have to have both a fire leg, and well, let's say this was a fire leg. So let's say I had a fire, and a fire. So we had. So 2 fire legs, and then this, oh wait, no, I need that, and then this leg. So, okay, so I have 2 firearms, a green leg, and the other one's whatever, and that's fine. Okay, now I would get the action build specialization. If I want the reaction, I need a fire leg and a wind leg. So, okay, fire leg and a wind leg. Okay, so let's say I move this up here as an arm to get the wind down here. But then I lose the action because I need both. Yeah, so that works out okay. So I can't have, so it doesn't work out for me to have, I can't have both, essentially is what I'm saying. Which is what I want. I don't want you to be able to get both and double specialize. The Warlord can, because the Warlord has many more limbs. So it is possible for the Acolyte of the Warlord to have both the extra action and the extra reaction. Hopefully that's not too unbalanced. We'll see. But, okay. Let's see. So, got that. Awesome. So those are the wins. Okay, I think the advanced version is good. Now we'll resave this as Saffron Advanced. Export. Yes, overwrite. Now I can say I've checked this off as doing the pixel art. Now I'll go back to here and now we'll continue this. So Saffron, copy that, paste here, make this shorter up there, and then this is a little too close. So make that wider. And we also, we have to fill in this, we have to change the picture. That would be probably the optimum place to start. Okay, advanced, good. All right, so now this is what it should look like more so. All right, let's change this color for actions because we did Saffron already. Let's see, do we need to adjust any of these? Yeah, let's bring the F's a little closer, the F and the R a little closer together. I'm just adjusting typography right now. Okay. All right. I think that's decent. I wish I could get these closer, but It is what it is. Is this 4 up? Okay, that is 4, and this is 4 too, right? Yeah, okay. I'm looking at how high the character is above the baseline, but that's it. All right, so this is going to be the dark red, which we can pick up in her outfit there. All right, and all these two are going to be this red. Whoa, that's not the right one. I always do that. I always do the cell color instead of the text color. I don't always, but often I forget. Okay, and this is going to be called, what do I call it? This is called Focus Fire. Be great if I could just get that on one line. Any chance of that? Maybe. Ooh, so close. Focus fire. Okay, there we go. That's good. I'm just making these minute adjustments that I'm sure are very engaging to watch. Okay, focus fire, team up with, it's going to be wind. What do I have? Oh, earth. That's water, Francisco. Earth or wind. And let's color those correctly. So we got earth, and wind is the purple color, which is right here. Purple. All right. So team up with those. You know what? Now that I think about the whole allies thing, I could probably just say allies. Team. Oh no, because I don't want you to think that you have to team up with multiple allies. So I think allies makes sense there. Okay. So this is. Let me retype it out. Attack with. That's going to be A. Attack strength plus 10. We're going to convert this to the font of. I made my own Junkyard Juggernauts font for these icons, so I could just type them out. Because I remember back in the day, I was a graphic designer for a company called Signal Theory as the junior. What do we call it? Junior graphic designer? Junior. I forget what my title was specifically. Let's see if I can bring them up here. Let's get them over here first. Signaltheory.com. See if they're. Oh, don't tell me they're gone. Yeah, no, that's it. Ooh, wow, they really. Oh, wow. Crazy. Is this the same place? They've come a long way. Wow, look at them. See, they just needed to lose me, and now they're much. Wait. What? Wait, what? Is this? Okay, this must be a different place. Because none of these people are the same. Where is this even? Oh, this is Montana. Okay, this or Kansas City is in Missouri, right? I think that's Missouri. Okay, that's a different place. They're just called the same thing. That's craziness. Okay, but they have the website. Interesting. Huh. Not it's a mystery wrapped in an enigma. Oh man, am I spelling this wrong? No. Oh no, that's let's see. Unless they just totally changed. You know what? I think they're... Yeah, I think they sold it or something. Man, I hate having this mystery. I'm trying to do something else. Why you gotta give this mystery to me here? About like what happened to this company. All right, let's look at LinkedIn. See if I can find this one person that I know was one of the co-founders. So I work for a husband-wife team. And they're great to work for. I wish I had been a better. I was good. I learned a lot from them. But there was this project that they had there showing to clients, and they're expecting me to be in a place that was several hours away. Several hours. But anyway, I didn't leave in time to get there to this place on time. So that caused them a lot of stress, and that on top of some other things where I wasn't, at the time, I had this issue with taking direction in terms of like, you said to do this thing, but I think it's going to be better this way. And sometimes that worked out, but sometimes it didn't. Sometimes it's just like, I want you to do it this way. Just do it this way, please. I've since learned like, okay, yeah, just if the client wants it that way, you just do it that way. It's not, you can't really fight about it. And well, was that the issue? I can't. It's been so long. It's been like almost, it's 18 years ago. Almost 19 years ago. So it's hard for me to remember. But I really appreciate getting to work for them. So I'm looking up the wife to see if I can find her. Maybe that's her. How do I tell? Can I see people's resume? I don't know how this works. Oh, United Kingdom? No, probably not you. Yeah, you don't really look like them either. Let's go back to searches. Jeez, this is way to waste time, Francisco. Let's try this. Does this come up with anything? Nada. Zilch. Oh, Francisco, how you just... Okay, so apparently from all I can tell, they, I guess they shuttered or something. Let's see if I can Wayback Machine them. Wayback Machine. Because maybe they have some announcement on their site of recently or something. No, I want to go... I don't want the Wikipedia about the Wayback Machine. I just want to use the Wayback Machine. Thank you very much. Jeez Louise. Why are we looking at cemetery? Okay, let's at least have the art up for people that are like lurking. It's like, why am I looking at a definition for a cemetery? I'm so confused. It doesn't make sense. All right. All right. Okay. So let's look at 2023. Let's look at November. Sure. Let's see what it looked like then. Okay, that's the same. Okay, let's look back at 2017 because I know it was them then. Unless I just have the site completely wrong, which is entirely possible. No. Okay. So this is the right site. Okay, yeah, because this is... Okay, so this is what it used to look like. I remember working on helping with this brand some, Shopzilla some, and Pokemon some. Okay, so this same site, so someone else buy it, looks like. If we go to July, let's go August. Let's see, okay, so, okay, by 2019, it's different. Let's go to 2018. Okay, so 2018, it's still this. Then 2018, still this. Let's look at 2019 in April. Any sort of announcements or anything? Okay, so it changed over about here. About January. Anything? Okay, still this. All right, I am going to go over here because I'm going to see if I can find these people because I'm curious what they're doing now. All right. No. Yeah, it's crazy when things are, when you remember some things and then it just changes on you. It was one way for a while and then things change. Just like recently, I think I mentioned how Switchfoot, one of their guitarists left, and I was like, really? Oh my gosh. Because they had been a certain way forever, and then they changed, and it's like, what? I can't believe it. Let's see. Yeah, go down. Oh, I spelled her name completely wrong. No wonder. Remove. Copy this. I am almost done, guys. I will get back to the actual, like, what we're doing here in a second. But now I'm very, very curious about all this. Okay, this is going to be... It's weird. I don't know if you guys ever have this thing where your mind just goes on a complete tangent. It's like, I need to figure out this mystery of what happened. Okay, so what are you guys doing now? Oh, okay, so they so looks like set up another thing called V2 Design. Okay, what is this? I wonder why they set up something different. That seems like who they would be, maybe. Well, I don't know. I'm done. I've figured out enough. So okay, interesting. Yeah, I wonder why they sold the company. But all right, cool beans. Back to Junkyard Juggernauts. All right, focus fire attack with. How did I even get on that? So I was gonna do I said something about the icon. Oh, okay. So back when I was working for Signal Theory, the ad agency, we were doing some magazine ads for Pokemon the trading card game, and I remember some of the symbols we'd have to put inside the text for whatever the thing was, a star or whatever. And back then, at least as far as I know, we didn't have any way to make our own fonts. So it was such a chore to you had to add spaces and then put it as an image into the text. Very annoying. So I'm so glad that I found an online site to be able to make fonts, at least with pixel art. I don't know about other things, but I can at least make it with pixel art. I can make my own symbols and I can just have them be as part of the type. So that's been so nice. I can use that for so many things. It's made making Junkyard Juggernauts so much faster. And the music stopped again. Go back here. All right. So attack with strength plus 10. Wait, what? Yeah. If defenders, not defenders. What's a defender? I don't know. I've never heard this defender thing. If defender's limb will be, I'll just say defender's limb disabled or destroyed, you pick the limb. Hey, Geek Devotions! Not quite first. Dale did first quite a while ago. Good morning. Good morning. Congratulations on... I know it's... So, the last time we had Culture Box office hours, Kirk was trying to help me to understand the different like levels of ordination in AG, and like the first one, like first level is ordination, but then there's 2 others. I think you got the last one. Is that what happened? I think. But congratulations, that's so awesome. It had try, of course. Yeah, I mean sometimes people have come in and never done it, so no, I totally get it. Geek Devotions. Or you pick the limb. Congratulations, that's there's certified license, then ordination and things. Okay, so you got the top tier. Now you get all the you get all the money. All the simoleons come to Dallas, right? That's how this works. No, that's awesome! Yay! How many years of work would you say it took to get to that point? Hey, Annie. Now, hello everyone. How are you doing, Annie? Hopefully well. Did you? I know. I seem to recall you were thinking of starting streaming. Is that something you're able to start doing yet, or you're still thinking about it? Attack with so I'm attacking with attack strength plus 10. If defender's limb disabled or destroyed, you pick the limb. I want this to be a little short. Let's see. Disabled or destroyed. Can we please get destroyed on that one? Thank you. Jeez. Oh, it's because of the comma. Okay. Attack with attack strength plus 10. If defender's limb disabled or destroyed, you pick the limb. Okay, that's awesome. All right, so that's focus fire. Now I get to work on these fun ones. I want, before I forget this one. Oh, actually, let me do the work. This has to be the right color. Let's change that to this one. That may be a little hard to. No, I think that'll be fine to read. Well, I'll print it out and see. But let me change these to the right color also. Okay, orange, and then this is the fire, and then this is fire also going to be orange. How are you guys doing? Just finished DQ3. I do. You do stream? Okay, what's DQ3? I don't think I'm familiar with that, Annie. Geek Devotion says, well, I could have been ordained back in 2010, but I held off. Oh, that's right. You were saying that. But when you add in schooling, if I had gotten ordained in 2010, it would have been a 5-year process. Gotcha. Oh, Dragon Quest 3, really? Wow, very cool. So that version, was Dragon Quest 3 still when it was on the NES, or had moved to one of the 16-bit systems, or is it on a different system? Okay, so 5 years total. Wow, that's very impressive. It is on the NES. Okay, very cool. Then Game Boy Color remake. Oh, okay. There was a mobile remake? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is, yeah, that's right. This needs to be fire leg. Of the whole process, Geek Devotions, what would you say was the most challenging? Then a Switch port. Now a 2D HD remake sometime in the future. Oh, really? Okay. Sort of like what they did with Octopath Traveler or something like that. Or like it looks like that is what I mean. Okay, and this is going to be the light purple, which is going to be that color. All right, then these need to be redone. And then the orange. burnt red and orange. Burnt red and orange. Alright, so now the colors are all sort of matching correctly. These still need to change. So this will be the red color. Come on. I need a new mouse because this one's dying apparently. And then this one's going to be that orange color. Alright. Cool. Okay, so before I forget this one, let's red, and this is going to be called Backdraft. Backdraft. And this is roll a D6. On 1 or 6, defender destroys a limb. Otherwise, disable, which is I think capital D, 2 limbs. Okay. And change this to the Junkyard Juggernauts font, which we just talked about. Oh, okay. Is it lowercase d then? There we go. Otherwise, okay. So if we're gonna have 3 lines, then just do that. Okay. So backdraft. Oh wait. Usually, on the other ones, do I have it on? Okay. Let me look at some of these other cards that I've done already, because I forget if I like to keep this one to 2 lines or what, or if it can be 3 lines. No, 3 lines happens. Okay, no, that's fine. I can do multiple lines. Okay, that's fine. All right. A switch. Okay, so and then Annie said, NES is the best looking version. GBC has the most content. Oh, so they actually changed the game too. Mobile is the most like the SNES, but they cut off stuff like moving enemies, and they cut the board game off the board games. Switch version is a port of mobile. Okay, so it sounds like the GBC might be the one to go with then. Which one are you playing? Geek Roshan says, for me, it was making the decision to do it was the most challenging part. The test at the license level wasn't bad, and the interview at Ordination wasn't bad either, but we also recently changed the way we don't have interviews where they are more personal, or the way you do interviews so that they're more personal. Helped that my regional and one selection leader are my pastor and pastoral care pastor. Yeah, that probably helps. That probably felt more like a home court advantage. But yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I imagine deciding to do that, because that's a big commitment and take a lot of prayer and wisdom. So, but I'm glad you got through and you're done now, and that's awesome. Geek Oceans or Dallas. Oh, I forgot to share. So I bought this coaster at the con I went to. It says Newburgh GameCon 2024, and then Hobby Games of Newburgh is like the Facebook group, I think. And then it's at George Fox University Library and Department of History and Politics. Dun, dun, dun. Apparently the person that was running it is a history teacher at George Fox University, and that's a Christian university down here in or over here in Oregon. No idea if he's a Christian or not. I didn't get into that, and I just said, I think, hi to him when I was there. But I heard from the person that was manning the table when I got there. Hey, Crayon. Hey, Francisco, hope you're doing an awesome day. Thank you. Looking forward to going up with you to Seattle here tomorrow. Looking forward to that. But yeah, doing well. Hopefully these versions of these cards will be ready for that playtest tomorrow, because I think it'd be awesome to have these. So I'm working on just bring everyone up to speed. Based on feedback I got at the con as well as some other places, I've decided to revamp the Mageineer cards in several ways. One, I'm getting rid of or making it so that some of the abilities that never really got used go away or reconfigured. I'm also making a advanced play version and a novice version so that if you're new to the game, you can play with fewer things to have to worry about. You still get the basic abilities, but there's less you have to worry about. And so I'm going to make these double sets. So for instance, this one, Riviera, on the novice side, let's see if it'll show up. This is, again, I know it's backwards. The novice side, actually, is there a way for me to make it so that I'm flipped? I think it'll screw up everything, but maybe there's a way for me to do it. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Let's see if I can figure this out. Because it'd be nice if you could read it, like I could be reading it while you're looking at. Okay, so transform, flip horizontal. Fine, that good enough. Okay. All right, so I have to refigure how I do stuff like, okay, this way. So Riviera, this is the novice side. So she has her actions on over here. She has her, oh geez, this is weird. She has her actions over here, attack, and then Riptide, which is a team up action. She has to team up with either an Earth Mageineer or a Wind Mageineer to do this effect. Where now I changed this to be if Defender has fewer potions. Oh, actually, that's the same. So essentially, you're taking away potions from the Defender or life from the Defender and giving them to your teammates. And then her reactions are pretty standard. Speed Shield, which is what I'm calling the one where if your speed is higher than the attackers, you can absorb the damage into one of your limbs. Dispel is you can just dispel an action with a potion, and then it starts to dispel over power contests. Or counterattack is now a reaction instead of just something that always happens, and you damage the attacker with the power of your strongest arm instead of weakest, since it's not something that always happens. And then you have your stats here you're writing your stats now on your player card, because writing them on these Juggernaut cards, it was nice having them up here, but in online version, it's fine because you're just like spin dialing the numbers. But when you're in person writing on these, when these are connected to all the other all the other cards and whatnot, if you wrote in a relaxed manner, then you'd move all these cards all over the place. You have to like put a finger down at the corner and then where's the camera? Have to write like this instead of like most people I think write like this with the heel of their hand on the table or the writing surface. So you're having to write up like this very, very precisely. So I thought, okay, it makes more sense to just move all that to the Mageineer card because that's down lower and you're not going to be moving anything by writing on this. So now the stats are there, along with I have the affinity just to really clue people in. I mean, there's little symbols all over the place, but really clue people in. Okay, this is the water Mageineer, how old they are at 19. And then since there's no real tavern in Junkyard Juggernauts, I'm using Ashley's Haberdashery as the place where people share news from across the land or whatnot. So there's going to be a little bit of flavor text for each one that overheard. So these are, you overhear people talking about these characters at Ashley's Haberdashery. This one says, I heard she lost it slaying a basilisk, but now she's all patch puns. Talking about her losing an eye. So she has good humor about it. Okay, let me flip this back. Transform, flip horizontal, and then I'll catch up with what you guys are saying. Okay, there's a lot. Let's see here. Cran says, do you print these on cardstock from home? I've been thinking about picking up a printer for such a... Yeah, that's what I do. For these, so here's a pro tip that I learned, which has saved me tons of heartache, is what you do is you have... I mean, I started with standard playing cards, but since I have these printed off as cards, I have these. Take a standard playing card, and then you just print off with, I like cardstock. I would say just normal paper until you have art that you want to actually be playing with. And then, yeah, use some, I don't use, actually not cardstock. This is a matte photo paper. So it's a little thicker than just plain paper, but matte photo paper. And there's usually a photo paper, a matte photo paper setting, and as opposed to glossy photo paper on your printer, and print like high quality, and it prints pretty well. It's still flimsy like paper. But anyway, you take your card, you set, you put the paper part against it. And for me, I'm putting both sides. And then you get these plastic sleeves, just card sleeves, and then you put it all in the sleeve. And then you can shuffle it. It feels like a normal card, even though it has the art of the you have your art that you're working on. If you would zoom, I know everything's reversed now, so that's a tip for how to do that. Geek Devotions. Now I'm going to read all this Geek Devotions. So for me, okay, I read that. Worst part of the interview was one of the guys asking questions asked me to explain how I'd walk someone through communion. After I answered, he asked for scriptures. For the life of me, I couldn't remember the exact passage. I'm looking in like, well, it's in the end of Matthew, Mateo, Matthew. No, it's Matthew. And he goes, is it maybe in Matthew 5? Maybe you should look there. I looked at him and it was like, in the Beatitudes? No, pretty sure that's not the answer. Oh, I think I embarrassed him. I mean, so wait, but is it in Matthew 5, the whole communion? I thought that was in the Last Supper. I thought that's where that happened. So toward the end of any of the Gospels, essentially. The back half of any Gospel. That's where it's at. Geek Devotion says, I really appreciate the amount of work you're putting into this, Captain. It's been interesting to see you work through the process. Oh, thank you, Geek Devotions. Yeah, I hope, I don't know if you have any more time now, or if time is just as limited as possible. I'd love to get you on a Saturday playtest soon, so that you could try out the latest version and whatnot. And I have like the rule book pretty much all written. There are a few intricacies I need to put in. Like I think I need to write about how team up specials are supposed to work, because I don't think I have that. But Cryan says, that's a really smart way to do it. I'll keep that in mind. Might go pick up a couple of cheap decks this week. I mean, hey, I have an extra one. If you just want to borrow one of mine, I have an extra playing card deck. You're welcome to it, Cryan. Yeah, I remember I wanted to pick up just one deck of cards, but no, I had to buy a double pack at neighborhood Walmart. But better than, I mean, it's okay. It's fine. So yeah, if you want to borrow it, by all means. In fact, and I don't need the sleeves. I need 4 of the sleeves. So if you want the rest of the sleeves, I got them from a friend. So if I could pass those on to you, if you want to use them, Cran, you're welcome to those as well. Let's see. Geek George says, oh, today was my first free day and I have a cold. No. Oh, that stinks, Geek Devotions. I'm sad to hear that. I'm smiling because I was like, oh, that's so frustrating. I had a cold. Actually, I dodged the bullet. Ashley and the kids were all sick a couple weeks ago. It's like, and I was just like, I was praying that I didn't get sick because I had this con to go down to, and I had something else before that. So I was like, Lord, please, may I not get sick. And fortunately, got through it without coming down with anything. Okay, backdraft. So roll a d6. On 1 or 6, defender destroys a limb. Otherwise, disables 2 limbs. This really should be a comma. I don't know why I have a... On 1 or 6. Let's put this on the next line. Defender destroys a limb. Otherwise, disable 2 limbs. Otherwise, I should say they. Yeah, let's put that back on there. And this otherwise doesn't fit? Okay, otherwise, otherwise, they disable 2 limbs. Okay, and let's write out the number 2 there. since these are, so I have this thing where I'm trying to write my rules that if the number is used as a noun, I just show the number. If it's used as an adjective, I write it out unless it's, 10 or more. Like I think that's Chicago Manual of Style or something craziness like that. Yeah, well, Lord God, I pray over Geek Devotions that Dallas, this cold would be quick, that he not be under the weather for too long, that he's able to rest during this free day he has. Sometimes we wish that when we have a free day, we're able to enjoy it, but sometimes you align it so that a day that we're sick is on a day where we don't have anything, we don't have commitments, so that we can take that time to rest and recharge. So please give that to Dallas. May he be able to rest and get better. And please may this cold not last long. And may he be back to doing his normal things soon. Thank you so much for him and his friendship. And yeah, amen. Sadly, God, Dip, need to eat food, take meds, and get cleaned up. Love you, bro. Appreciate all you do. And Lord God, I'll continue the prayer. I pray that Geek Devotions, has a good rest of his day, that him and Celeste have an awesome weekend, that she doesn't get sick, and that please protect them, provide for them, and I look forward to the next time we can hang out and stream together. Amen. Have a good one, Dallas. Thank you for being here. But yeah, let me know. By the way, if you don't want to play test, if you're like, that was a couple times was enough for me, that's fine. I won't pester you to play test. She's sick too. No. Well, at least you could just both get through it together. It's not one of these where it's like, okay, you're sick for a week and a half. Okay, now you're sick for the next week and a half. And across it all, you're like sick for a month. But yeah, if you don't want to play test, that's fine. Don't by no means feel like, I don't feel bad. I get it's not the game for everyone, or you just don't have time for it. But I don't want to keep pestering you and you keep having to decline if it's not something you want to do and you just don't try to spare my feelings or anything. Don't just let me know, Francisco, don't want to play test, and that's okay. Okay, so where was I? Wait, where'd this go? Oh, did I not save it? Ugh, jeez, I keep forgetting things. Okay, I need that. Let me save this out again. Export. Go back to here. Refresh this. Resource Manager. Update. Now we have it. There we go. Boom, shakalaka. So I need to figure that out next. Okay, we have Backdraft. That's the build special if you build with a fire leg, a wind leg, and one of the limb is fire. Now, if you build with 2 fire arms and a earth leg, what there needs to be a better name for this. Right now, it's just Death Beam, but what's a fiery thing? What's a fire idiom? Let's look up fire idioms. Done with cemeteries. Fire idioms. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, 70 SL. Playing with fire. Out of the frying pan. I am fuel of fire. Moth to a flame. Okay. So, okay, why are you showing me these if they're down here? Under fire, fire away. I'm looking for something that evokes like a big beam of death, essentially. Fire out, fire all the cylinders, hold one's fire, burn them in oil, burn bridges, burn the candle both ends, burn one's finger. Have many irons in the fire, set the world on fire. That's a bit too much. Burned out. Baptism of fire. Well, I kind of like that actually. Baptism of fire. Because part of baptism is you're dying and coming back to life. This ability, you're going to roll a d6, and that's how much life you have left after you consume all your HP in the attack. So maybe that's actually not too bad. So let's see, baptism by fire. Maybe I'll say baptized in fire. Let's see how long that is. That might be just too long. Baptized in fire. Okay, no, that's a good amount. Now let's see if I can write it all in this, because that's pretty extreme. Okay, so how do I phrase these? Damage defenders HP. So I'm just gonna copy this first off, and then instead of that symbol, it's gonna be your HP. I don't think I'm gonna have room for this. Okay, damage defenders HP with your HP. Not the fist though, with your HP. Damage defenders HP with your HP. Roll. Okay, set your HP to a D6 result. Roll. Okay. Okay, so that all fit. So essentially, I get, let's say, 60 hit points. I'm going to use my Baptized in Fire. I'm going to shoot it at you. Yeah, that doesn't invoke like like something that I'm using to attack you though. I like kind of how that is. Damage defender's HP with your HP, but it's like it's not quite right. Baptized of Fire, Baptized in Fire, Baptizing Fire. I'll say that. Baptizing Fire. Is that how you spell baptize? Baptize. Yeah, baptism. Baptize. Yeah, that must be right. That must be right. I spell everything just perfectly correctly. Yeah. I didn't ask. Brian, how's your day going? Geek Devotion set to go. Let's see. Anyone else here? Any? Did you say which version you're playing the Dragon Quest III on? I know you said all these. Are you playing the NES version? You're playing a different version? You're playing the Switch version? Yeah. Okay. Baptizing Fire. Build special. That's good. That's good. It's good there. That's fine. Oh, and now I need the blessing. So when this person goes to Seneschal, after it's opened, they can get a certain blessing. What would it be? Probably something like Long Rest. I use the Game Boy Color one. Okay, cool. Do you play like a ROM of it, or how are you playing it on your computer to stream it? I think I'm actually just gonna crib Riviera's. So what Riviera can do at Seneschal. Wait, where's yours? I know I didn't delete it for everyone. Wait, is this? Oh my gosh, it's up here each wow. I didn't realize I was changing it for every person each time. Dang it. I'm going to have to remember it all for each one. I use the retranslated ROM hack. Oh, okay, cool. Because do you play it in German? Dang it. Okay, so, well, at least for this one, I have it written down because I printed it out. Okay, so for her, and let's correct this so I don't mess it up again. So this is gonna be in each one. So we're gonna put it down here. Gonna open this up, and then this is gonna be in a little late for this, but that's okay. Okay, Seneschal Blessing. All right, so this is Long Rest at I don't think I'm not saying capital on some others, so I'll just say long rest. Well, maybe I do need to say that. At capital. Why is this so? Oh, because this part needs to be 6-point font. I'm like, why is it not fitting? It fits before. And then this should not be, what's this called? There's a name for this. Small caps. It should not be small caps. Okay. Long rest at capital to, apparently I put this on the next line, to gain 2 potions or speed plus 5. And then these are, I'm going to change this to Junkyard Juggernauts. No English, since I stream in English. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Do you find you just are able to connect with more people when you stream in English? As opposed, I don't know if you've tried streaming in German. Okay, S. Junkyard Juggernauts. Okay, speed. Yep, there we go. All right. So now this is the one for Riviera. We're just going to copy this one and use the same one for turn you off. Use the same one for Saffron, but it's going to be, instead of 2 potions, it's going to be strength. So long rest at capital to gain 2 potions or plus 5 to your attack strength. So yeah, Saffron's all about attack. Okay. Long rest capital, plus 5 to attack strength. Maybe it should be something else other than just plus 5. Or maybe to gain... Oh, maybe, you know what? For her, maybe it is gaining life. Because if she's trying to build up for this baptizing fire... maybe something else, like baptizing... something that like comes from the sky, maybe. Baptizing Mageineer. Baptizing Firestorm. Maybe just Firestorm. No, but then it's not really coming from you. Well. Flame, like fire from heaven. Baptizing fire. Firestorm sounds pretty cool. Baptizing fire. I'll come back to that. Okay. So, but if you're trying to get, if you've made your build to get baptizing fire, then you're gonna want your HP to be as high as possible. So we'll say, instead of that, we'll get rid of that and we'll say HP plus 10, or maybe even plus 15. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Will this be a Christian game? So it's not supposed to be a Christian game. It has Christian themes to it, though. Like I really want to capture themes of fallenness, temptation, redemption, and just good versus evil. So the way my worldview is, so I am a Christian, so that's sort of the lens I view things with. So you have to keep that in mind. I really do believe that God has made a sort of a mega story, a mega narrative that we're all a part of, and the stories that resonate with us, whether they're in movies, books, what have you, the stories that resonate with people the most are the ones where we find the most amount of truth, and the most amount of truth is whatever God has, whatever God's truth is. So when you see, for instance, I don't know if you're Lord of the Rings fans at all, but when you see sacrifices like Samwise spoilers for Lord of the Rings. Samwise carrying Frodo up Mount Doom, and just being along with him throughout the whole journey. When you see Golem give in to the temptation of the ring, and that actually transforms his outward appearance to be this vile thing from Smeagol. You see these themes of like, okay, what sin does to us, what it looks like for heroes to sacrifice, have self-sacrifice to help others. Laying your life down for your friends is something that I think Aragorn, you see him and the whole Men of the West at the very end when they're at the gates of Mordor. I think they're the North Gates. I forget exactly. It's been a while since I've read or seen Lord of the Rings. But when they decide, you know what, they're going to die. They're going to die, but they need to give Frodo some hope to get to divert Sauron's eye to look at him, to look at Aragorn and his army, so that gives Frodo a chance to get the ring the rest of the way. So they're going to their death. They don't know that they're going to survive in the end, but that's what they're doing, because they're sacrificing themselves for their friend who they're putting their hope in. So it's just, I don't know, there's just all these elements that I don't know, resonate with my heart and my soul when we're looking at any story with that. I mean, they could even be stories, like Mega Man X, one of my favorite video game. I love so much that Zero gives his life to save X at the end when he's being Fine Vile that second time. There's elements of that, and so in this game, what I have is when you have, let's say Riviera. So you're playing the game, and at the beginning, if you have a 3 or 4 player game, one of the characters will draw this Warlord card, and you don't know who it is. So they're going to play against all the other players. Let me get that a little closer. So one of you will draw this Warlord card, and so you're fighting against all the other players. And when that, and they don't know who that is, but it's similar to the Chronicles of Narnia, where Edmund is tempted by the White Witch, and the other Pevensey children don't know it until closer to the end, or middle, maybe. Anyway, in this, it's similar to that, because you're all 4 of the main characters, Saffron, Hobart, Malcolm, and Riviera, are all siblings with one another. And so one of you, though, is tempted away by the Warlord, who promises like power or what have you, or tries to say your siblings don't care about you, they don't love you, your parents don't love you, all these types of lies essentially, and so it tempts you away. I mean, mechanically in the game, it's just you're drawing a card, but thematically, this is what's happening. And so then, in the final reveal, the Warlord has this big war machine that the other 3 players or 2 players are fighting against. But a player can sacrifice half their life to try to draw their sibling that's under the control of the Warlord away. Like, try to break that temptation, try to break that that control that like sin has in our lives, that temptation has over us, that the promises of the world have over us, to bring them back to goodness and rightness. I don't know. So there is that mechanism that allows you to do that. So I wanted to have those types of abilities in there. You don't have to use them, but I want them to be a possibility, because I think those themes are important. Not that every game is going to have them or needs them or anything like that to be a fun game, but in this game, I wanted there to be something that I wanted there to be sort of touch points of the things I believe and the things that I think are true. So, is it a Christian game? Only in as much as I'm a Christian who's making it, and so there are going to be those elements in it. But it's not a game that's made only for Christians or a game that's made to convert people to Christianity. I mean, if it does that, great. That's all God's doing. That's nothing having to do with the game itself. But I want it to be something that I think is my hope for it below glorifying God would be that it is what do I want to say? It's a game that's out there in the culture that can draw people together to have fun, to build relationship with one another, to be able to be something that people can do together and make memories. That's really what I want from it. So that's a way long-winded way of answering your question, but there you go, Annie. Cran says, Lord of the Rings definitely had a lot of biblical inspiration. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, with Tolkien being a devout Catholic. Yeah, absolutely. From what I've heard, I mean, I certainly didn't know the person. I'm not that old. As my wife chuckles at the background. I'm not. Okay, and the music stopped one more time. Probably start one more time here. We'll be done in about 15 minutes. And then we'll get out of here, guys. Okay, so I think... So long rest at capital to gain HP plus 15 or strength plus 5. Attack strength plus 5. Okay, I think that's good. But now I need to... Since I lost these in the other ones, I need to do that. So copy... But yeah, I have all sorts of references in this too. I have references to my wife and kids. I have references to Firefly. I have references to Princess Bride. I also include like little references and homages to other things. I have reference to the podcast. So there's a lot of me and what I enjoy sort of I try to put it in this as where it makes sense. I should come up with like a list of all the different references, and if someone were to find them all, they could send me an email, or probably not. They probably wouldn't be able to find all of them, but if they found like most of them, could send them something like congratulations. You could put us in the game. I mean, I have some of. I would like to figure out a way to put all the playtesters' names in the game. I'm certainly everyone who's playtested the game. They're going to be in the instruction manual as like a thank you for helping playtest this game, bringing it to life, all that type of stuff. But I don't know if there's a way to put everyone that watches the stream in the game in a way that makes sense. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to think about that, Annie. That's a good question. All right, so oh yeah, I was gonna copy this and paste it into the other ones. I know for Hobart, I had, let's see, paste here. He did a short rest. If I could spell short, geez, short rest at capital to gain. I'm pretty sure it was one amplify card. I think that's F. And then Junkyard Juggernauts. Font. Yeah, amplify. Or I think it was speed. So that's going to be S. Yeah, so to gain an amplify or a speed. So that's like draw a card. Jurassic, I will get that, or speed plus 5. I think I did plus 3. Because he's fast, he's moving, he can't stay at a place too long. So I think I just did plus 3, just speed. All right. All right, so that was that one. And now, yeah, Malcolm's was the one that was a little tricky. Let's see if I can remember to copy that. And then go to here, turn that on, paste. Let's see, I think it was, pay limb card, pay limb card, Palem card allies gain power, and how do I say it? Power as plus HP. As plus HP. And let me capitalize power because I've been doing that to indicate that's the power on the card, the number. Palem card allies gain power as gain that power? Gain that. Yeah, I should say that. Okay, and then let's make these letters a little tighter together so it's a little further away from the edges of this green. Okay, Palem card. Allies gain that power as plus HP. Okay. All right, so now we got the Essential Blessings all back on the cards. All right, we got Malcolm's. Okay, and so I think now we need to do the second version, or not the second version. Let's see, I think I can do this in 10 minutes because this part's a little easy and I already know what quote I'm going to have for the Ashley's Haberdashery part. So we got this. Saffron. She's so hot right now. Saffron.
No, you said there was a quote for the haberdashery.
Yeah, that's what people at the haberdashery are saying. Everyone, because the haberdashery is like almost like the tavern. That's where news of the world, of the land is shared. And so what you overhear at the haberdashery is what people are saying about these characters.
Yeah, you can't watch Zoolander for like 10 minutes.
So Zoolander is another movie I enjoy, and so I'm referencing. Why can't I watch it for 10 years? Psh, because I quoted too much. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm taking crazy pills.
It is like I'm taking crazy pills. Okay. Copy this V, and this is going to be Fire, Mageineer, Saffron, not Saffron, Saffron. And we're going to go back to here. We're going to copy this title, copy, go to here, paste it just up here because I don't want to overdo the novice part. Okay, now I'll make the novice part that orange. Swatches, orange. Oh yeah, let's change the card art. That usually is good to do. Replace with the novice version. There we go. Now I gotta update all this to be the right color. If I could select it correctly, that'd be great. All right, that's gonna be the burned red. These are gonna be the normal red. No, see, I always do that. The normal red, and then gonna copy this focus fire part down here. Wait, what happened to it? What? Okay. Okay, apparently it's just gone now. Focus fire. Weird. All right, I'll just copy this then. Tack. Tack. Okay, that's all good. Now we'll make this the if my mouse would work, that'd be wonderful. I think it's my mouse. I would like to think it's not my computer having the issue. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, there we go. And again, come on, work with me. There we go. And so this is another element on these novice. Oh my gosh. On these novice ones, I actually say on here, some of arms, some of legs, or some of limbs, some of legs, to just help give the person that's playing novice know, okay, how do I calculate this? Oh, it's right there. Okay, that's how I do it. Whereas you don't have those things on the advanced, because I sort of assume that could you please, thank you. I assume that the person knows how to calculate that because you played it. All right. Now affinity. There's gonna be this orange. And this is fire. Fire. And And I think I was thinking she was going to be 16, maybe 17. We'll do 17. Okay. So yeah, Hobart is 22, I want to say. Malcolm and Riviera are 19, and then Saffron is 17. All right. 18, and then this one's going to be... Oh, come on. And then they're saying... So here's where I could insert people. These quotes, I could have it be like said by, and I could have the name. Like this could be something like Annie Shark said that. Like that's who said it at Ashley's Haberdashery, something like that. So I could do that for like, I think that'd be a fun, that might be a fun way to, like if I go to Kickstarter, that's like one of the goals or one of the rewards is you get your name on the card like that. And then this one was going to be Saffron. She's so hot right now. Saffron. And if you're not a Zoolander fan, you'll have no idea what that's a reference to. But in the movie Zoolander, there's a character named Hansel, who's played by Owen Wilson. And for whatever reason, throughout the movie, like I think it's two or three times, a character will say, Hansel, he's so hot right now. Hansel. And so this is a riff off that. And plus she's fire, so hot. Get it? Get it? It's a joke. All right. So we got that. And oh yeah, I need to do this. These are the wrong color. They're the green. That's no me gusta. And then we are pretty much done here, guys. Dang it. I did the wrong thing again. All right. There we go. Okay. So got that done. Got that done. Got that done. Awesome. So now we have all the Mageineers done. Let's go to our checklist. We finished the Saffron card. We didn't get to making new map magnets for Tabletopia. We didn't adjust the map. We didn't output map pieces. We didn't output the Mageineer cards. And we didn't upload to Tabletopia. So plenty for me to still do, but there you have it. Let's see. Cran says, one of the things I was thinking of making separately for my game was either a small lore book for characters or having a separate deck of lore cards for each character. Oh, okay, nice. I mean, so do you need to have the characters random? Because I was thinking you could just put it on the back of the card, like the lore or what have you. But I guess if you're doing something like this where you need mechanical elements on either side, then that doesn't work. But yeah, I think that's cool to have a little lore, a book of lore. That'd be like the lore tome or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I think different people, I tend to be, so here's my little lore story before we're done for the day. I remember certainly one of the influences of Junkyard Juggernauts is the game MechWarrior 2. I remember playing on my dad's Pentium. I think it was 486, maybe it was 386. Pentium, 75 megahertz processor is just blazing fast. May have been a Pentium 2, I forget. But I remember it was 75 megahertz. This is a big tower, a white sort of beige tower. And we put MechWarrior 2 in that. And I remember just loving that game. But I remember before I even started playing it, like we got it, but it wasn't working on our computer, on our other slower computer. So we had to wait to put on my dad's. Anyway, I remember there was almost like a story blurb it was like PC Gamer, some of those game magazines. I remember reading that. Like I cut out this section of the magazine so I could read it just, while I'm in the bathroom or whatever. I just remember thinking a really cool story. And then I remember taking the rule book for MechWarrior 2 once we taking the rule book and like doing my best. There is a complex rule book. It is like a small but pretty thick rule book with all these different things about how to control it. Because for all intents and purposes, MechWarrior 2 was a type of flight simulator, but for a mech. Yeah, I mean, okay, you gotta press these buttons and this key sequence to eject your heat sink so you can decrease your weight so you can move faster. Or if you do too many laser blasts, it's gonna increase your heat, so you want to maybe offload your gun magazines. It's just like, it's a lot for me to try to wrap my head around. And then you have each different mech having different properties. So, but I remember like going through that, and so I totally get wanting maybe a different lore book. So I think that's great to have when someone's already invested in the game and wanting to know more about it and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, that's all the time we have for now. But yeah, thank you, Brian, Annie. I know Dale, if you're still around, or Age of Origin, if you're still around. Thank you guys so much for hanging out this morning. I really appreciate getting to finally be back. I know it's been a long time. At least it feels like a long time. But if you pray, please be in prayer over me and Kren are going to be driving up to Seattle tomorrow to play test this game. So hopefully that goes well and get up there safely and back safely. Pray over my call to Ziply today to cancel. Hopefully that goes well. And also we're going to be talking to Paul here in about a couple hours to talk about adjusting the podcast schedule so we could get back to releasing episodes and doing all that. So I think that is all. Thank you for the stream, Frisco. Looking forward to hanging out with you and the guys tomorrow. Yeah, me too, Brian. All right, so we'll go ahead and in prayer, and then that'll be it. Lord God, thank you for this day, for this time streaming with friends, new and old. I pray, Lord, that you would please protect and provide for each one of us, that all of us who have put our faith and trust in you would pursue you more and more each day, and that all of us would experience your truth, grace, beauty, and love in a fresh new way. And pray all this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, who left all majesty to come down to our depravity, lived the life we went, taught us how we could, conquered sin, overcame death, being raised to you, the Father, making a way for us all to have a right relationship with you where there wasn't a way before. Amen. All right, guys. Until next time, here's your stream face.